everybody, and welcome to my channel, Jo Re Mi Fa Sol La Keto. I'm Jo Re, and I'm doing a weekly vlog to show my progress and keep myself on track and accountable in a 75-day plan I started on January 4th. We are done with the 75 days. Oh my God. Sorry, I had to freak out for a bit there. I'm so excited. Today, I'm going to review my final results and my thoughts and what I'm gonna do going forward. So let's go ahead and start, and let's see how I did. For those of you that are new to my channel, let's first go over the why and the what. Why am I doing this? I've been overweight since I was a kid, and I've really tried every diet you can think of. I'm not new to keto. I actually did lose about 50 pounds about 3 years ago doing keto. This is the only plan I've been on where I've been able to stick with something for more than 3 or 4 months. Last year, I completely fell off the diet wagon. It was a snowball effect with quarantine, a back injury, and what I now realize was depression. So I gained everything that I had lost and then some. At the end of last year, a group of ladies I had the pleasure of meeting through YouTubers Watch Autumn Keto's YouTube channel decided to start 75 Hard. I didn't end up following the actual 75 Hard plan, but I used that as a basis to create my own plan, or as Autumn and Richard like to call it, 75 My Way. I understand the premise for the original 75 Hard plan and that it's really about mental toughness, but I really needed to create something that was doable and challenging so I wouldn't get discouraged and just quit. So that takes us to the what. What am I doing? What is my plan? My plan consists of 5 main items: diet, exercise, water, reading, and vlogging my results. So let's go ahead and review each item, how I did overall, my thoughts on that item, and then what my plans are going forward. So that brings us to the first item, diet. For my diet, my plan was to stay keto, and I actually did that all 75 days. I was really proud that I did not have one bite of food that was not keto this entire time. What helped me stay successful on my plan was to plan ahead, and I really cannot stress how important that was for me. I meal prepped every weekend. I meal prepped 3 meals for the week, and during the week I would eat 2 meals during the day and then a bulletproof coffee. I planned my macros around 1,500 calories a day, and I made sure to eat less than 20 net carbs a day. I would allow myself room in my macros for snacks, or sometimes I would eat a little bit less and then add a keto chow to my meal that day. I kept my meals pretty clean, and I tried very hard not to eat a lot of the processed keto snacks or desserts. I also tried not to eat later than 8 o'clock p.m. And there were a couple days that I did eat a little bit later than 8 just because it was a pretty busy day. But I put this rule in for me because I was regularly, doing midnight snacking and that kind of thing last year. So this rule really helped me to no longer do that. Going forward, I do plan to do most of what I did during the 75 days for my diet. The only tweak I will make is to allow myself to have an off-plan day from time to time. But if I do go off-plan, it will be planned. Okay, but wait, if it's planned, does that mean that I'm still on plan? But my point is that I don't want to go off-plan for just little things here or there and not really be satisfied. Throughout this whole process, I've found that you really can keto-fy almost anything. Italian food, Mexican food, pizza. So I'm gonna really try to do keto versions of any of the foods that I really want. But if I do go off-plan, it's gonna be for something that I really can't make, like really good Chinese food with fried rice, or like Thai food with noodles and things like that. My husband's birthday is in May, and he is already talking about having an off-plan day. So he is keto, but I would say he's a little bit more dirty keto than I am. but he's already bought a cheesecake that is in the freezer that's waiting for his birthday in May. So, I mean, that's what you really call planning ahead. Okay, now on to the next item, which is exercise. My plan was to work out for 1 hour every day, and I was pretty successful in this one, but I did miss 3 days out of all the 75 days. And those days, one of them was my 40th birthday, and the other 2 were just, I got very busy and I just didn't plan very well. Most of my workouts consisted of 45-minute walks with 15 minutes of ab exercises or back exercises, weights, or stretching. On days where I couldn't go outside, I would do YouTube videos, mostly like turbo kick or dancing videos inside. I also started running again, but that has been put on hold due to a lot of snow in Colorado and a bit of a delay in my treadmill plan. So going forward, I do still plan to work out for 1 hour a day, but I am going to give myself 1 rest day a week. I did find that throughout this process, I would get really sore, and I do know that it is good to rest your body to allow it to recover. Also, once the snow has melted and I'm not in jeopardy of slipping and falling on my face, I'd like to start running again 3 days a week. And I'm also going to give myself a goal of doing a 5K in June. Let me know, should I do a local 5K or should I sign up for a virtual 5K and some of you guys can do the 5K with me? Comment below, will you do a virtual 5K with me? For water, my goal was to drink 80 ounces a day, and I was pretty successful at this one as well, but I did miss 2 days. Water was a pretty hard goal for me. I found that I was not really thirsty in the mornings, so I would start drinking a little bit later, and then I would try to cram everything in the afternoon, and then that means that I'm drinking a lot before bedtime, and then I would not be sleeping well, if you know what I mean. Going forward, I think drinking a minimum of 64 ounces a day would be sufficient for me. I was really good about drinking 64 ounces pretty consistently, but it was that last 16 ounces that was really hard for me. I just felt waterlogged, and again, I just wasn't sleeping very well. So I think that 64 ounces, which is a half a gallon, would be enough for me going forward. For reading, my goal was to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book a day, and that had to be actual reading, not an audiobook or a movie or anything like that. I was pretty successful throughout this process, but I did miss 2 days. A lot of the times I would read after I put the kids to bed, and then a couple of times I just fell asleep myself. I ended up reading almost 4 books. I'm still in the middle of the 4th book. Going forward, I do plan to first finish the book that I am in the middle of, and then after that, I'm going to allow audiobooks as a part of this. So instead of reading 10 pages a day, it will be reading 10 minutes a day. I just found with working full-time and having 2 small kids, I really would like to be able to walk or cook or do something else while I'm reading those books. I normally do listen to books, but they're mostly fiction and not really nonfiction or self-help. But I do want to continue reading these types of books. I do find I do like this genre. And now for my final weight, the moment we've all been waiting for. But first, I just want to say that I did not have a weight goal for this 75 days. I was mostly trying to just stay on the plan. Towards the end, I just really wanted to hit 25 pounds. So let's see, did I make it? On January 4th, my starting weight was 241 pounds. My weight after the full 75 days was completed was 214.4 pounds. That's a loss of 2.4 pounds for the last 5 days of the plan, and a total of 26.6 pounds total. So I did it. I lost over 25 pounds. As of this morning, I'm down another pound as well. So I'm just super happy with these results. Next stop is Wonderland. Here is my final comparison picture. Big difference, right? I can definitely see all the inches that I've lost. I also took final measurements and I lost about 32.25 inches throughout my whole body. I can definitely feel it in my clothes. I do feel a lot of things are not fitting as tight as they used to. So when I gained a lot of weight last year, I didn't really go shopping and buy a ton of stuff. I bought only a couple items. I was really trying to, not change my entire wardrobe to something bigger. But I am happy to say that I'm starting to fit back into my actual closet. There are some things that I don't fit into yet, but again, that's the next goal, right? And now for the last item, vlogging my results. Initially, vlogging was just something I decided to do to keep myself accountable and on track, which it really did. Each week, I had to plan my meals, take pictures of my meals, and know that I was gonna have to talk about whatever the results I had for that week. Throughout the weeks, I did find that I liked that accountability, but I did also just like making the actual videos and thinking through what I wanted to talk about the next week. Going forward, I do plan to continue making the weekly videos. I will always include my progress and what I did that week because that has definitely helped me stay on track. I also love that I have a record of my journey so far, and it is pretty motivating to look back and see how far I've come. Comment below, do you have any additional ideas? Is there anything that you would like to see from me, maybe recipes or specific topics? Please let me know in the comments below. So this plan, it worked pretty well for me. I had great results, and I think it was because I focused the most on food, and that was the item that I was most consistent on. They always tell us that diet is 80% of weight loss, and now I completely believe that. Also, having a plan gave me a kickstart to get back on track. Last year, I tried several times to get back on keto, and I would be good for a few days and then fall completely off again. So having this plan really helped me stay consistent and really stay on for a longer period of time. My advice to you, if you are struggling or trying to get back on track, make a plan and make a goal. So my goal here was really just to stay on this plan for 75 days. Your goal should also be something that motivates you. Does a group challenge motivate you? Is it, some kind of physical goal, or is there some kind of event coming up that you can work towards? Pick a goal and stay focused, and don't let anything distract you to achieving what you're trying to achieve. And if you fall off, don't kick yourself, just get right back on. And then when that goal is done, make a new goal. Okay, everyone, that is all that I have for the week. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the little bell icon to get a notification every time I post a new video. I'll see you next week. Bye!